And once again, it is time for us to give a rundown on some of our Alaska news, this time for Thursday, June 8th, 2017. As always, we have more news at our fingertips than we have time to tell you about in a video segment. It simply gets too long and too hard to watch, to be quite honest. So, to listen, I have an audio form, 30 to 40 minutes long, that I send out to all of my paid subscribers every morning at 5 a.m. If you'd like to learn more about that, check out the website, radiofreespeech.com. Right now, let's turn our attention to what is actually going on in the state of Alaska. The Anchorage firefighter who was hurt in that training-related injury sometime Monday night, still in the hospital, still in critical condition, and the fire department was still not giving any details on what kind of training he was doing or how he was injured. It is very rare to have training injuries in the fire department in general. Most of the injuries that happen while they're out on calls. The last time this happened, I think, was 2014, when an Eagle River fire chief collapsed during training. Basically, he wasn't getting enough oxygen. They haven't said that that's what happened in this case. They haven't said anything much at all, except that he was injured in a training-related incident. Police in Anchorage are looking for another runaway teen. In this particular case, a 16-year-old girl who was being punished by her parents. She left the house. They actually said that she's left the house several times before, but normally she comes back in a few hours. In this case, she did not. She did take with her a change of clothes, but not her medication that she needs. So they're asking for the public's help in finding her. We do wish and pray for a safe return. A paralytic shellfish poisoning advisory has been released for the Sitka area, Starrigavan Beach, which is the same area that had an oil spill not too long ago. Not likely that they're connected in any way, but keep in mind that paralytic shellfish poisoning, normally caused by algae blooms, the symptoms are tingling, or numbness in the lips and the fingers, and it can be fatal. So if you have that, please get medical attention immediately, and do not eat any shellfish from Sitka until this emergency has passed. Wildfires are beginning to spread through the state. And I believe at the beginning of the week there were 25 fires actively burning. Not as big as a fire season that we've had some other times by this time. However, it's still nothing to sneeze at, and they're keeping an eye out there. The Bell Creek fire just exploded to about 500 acres earlier this week. Opponents of a new copper prospect. So people are looking to mine for copper in the Bristol Bay region. Some of the same people who oppose the Pebble mine are rallying to oppose the copper prospect for the same reasons. They are afraid of potential impact. This is not proven impact. This is not proven harm. It is a potential impact, potential harm, and so they want to stop it before it even starts. Caelus has halted their landmark oil project. You remember they're talking about having up to 10 billions of oil available in this? And they've quit now. And the reason why is because they don't know what the legislature is going to do. Legislature is talking about not giving any more credits. And so they're like, well, look, we don't have any certainty of the project. We're not going to move forward. There's an awful lot of stuff that happens with. And I'm beginning to understand this more now than I did in the past, because this isn't just an issue of the uncertainty of the market, which everybody has to worry about. This is the vast uncertainty of the political climate, in which we don't know what the taxes are going to be. We don't know if we start a project if you're going to revoke our permits. We don't know if you're going to give us a credit to incite us to drill someplace where it may not be profitable in the first place and then withdraw the credit so that we're stuck holding the bag. I really am beginning to understand why groups like Caelus are just saying, you know what, not going to drill at all. We're just going to leave all of that oil in the ground. One more story. I'll just mention it, and then we'll move on. And I'll let you know what my commentary is for today. There was an incident in the Walmart parking lot in Fairbanks on Saturday night in which basically two cars of people that knew each other, they were exchanging insults or whatever. One followed the other over to the Walmart parking lot. A fight broke out, and one guy got punched in the face multiple times. The other guy, or I guess the guy who got punched in the face, got a plastic oar, and started beating the other guy. Not sure who got beat worse, but an armed bystander pulled out his gun and basically made a citizen's arrest, waited for the police. The police saying that the person was a responsible gun owner for doing what he did. Just another reminder, of course, to everyone that you don't necessarily need a policeman if you carry a gun. Of course, carrying a policeman is a lot heavier, too. Commentary today is going to focus on the issue of taxation, specifically how so many religious people seem to equate taxes and tithe and completely miss the point that one is supposed to be voluntary and the other one never is. That's my commentary, radiofreespeech.com. Once again, if you want more news, become a paid subscriber and I'll email you 30 to 40 minutes audio form every single morning.